So I will teach you how to eat more in the easiest way possible for skinny men. So what I want to do is to give you the advice and tips that work very well for me, from someone with the same starting point as you. I've tried a bunch of advice from Instagram, from YouTube, all that. Some stuff worked, some really didn't. That's why I'm going to share this advice with you right now. And if you want the same meal plans and training that I used, you can find them in the first link in the description. So first of all, let's see the reason why you're not gaining, all right? Because I know the main problem with skinny guys and skinny men in general, you think you eat a lot, but you're still not gaining. So in your mind, okay, I eat a lot. I eat, let's say, 3,500 calories, but I'm still not gaining weight. Now, you may not track calories accurately. That's one. And the second one is that you're not gaining because you're not in a surplus. A surplus of calories, of energy, means that you eat more calories. You give your body more calories than it needs. So it can take that surplus of calories to use it to build muscle, to gain weight. So that's the simple process there. It's more complex than that, but you need to understand that simple equation right there. So if that is your maintenance, exactly how many calories you need for your body to maintain its current weight. If you eat that, it's not going to change its body fat percentage. If you eat less, you're going to lose some body fat. If you eat more, you're going to gain some body fat or some muscle, depending on what you're doing. So that's the simple process there. Now, I'm going to walk you through all the steps. So first of all, you need to have the main meals in place. Now, what are the main meals? So I like to teach people the main meals. Main meals are a meal that has all the food groups. What are the food groups? We've got lean proteins, veggies, carbs, healthy fats. You already know this, all right? So these are the main meals. Now, the next step is to decide how many of these main meals you want to have in every single day. Then you're going to decide when you will eat them, roughly at what hours. And then you're going to decide what you're going to add in those meals. So let's take an example. Let's say I want to eat 3 main meals every single day, because the reason why we want to have these main meals with all the food groups is because we want to get all the macronutrients, the protein, carbs, veggies, fats, but we also want the micronutrients, right? In order to make sure all the processes are going together and work and we stay healthy. So that's why we want to have these main meals. So let's say I want to eat 3 main meals per day. And what I'm going to add in these meals. Let's say one example of a main meal. Let's say some chicken breast, some veggies, a mix of veggies, whole grain pasta, and some olive oil. You can see we've got all the food groups here. We've got lean protein, we've got veggies, we've got carbs, whole grain pasta, and we have healthy fats. That's it. It's that easy. Now, another thing you can do, go on ChatGPT, give me 10 fucking options of healthy lean proteins, veggies, carbs, and healthy fats. And it's going to give you some examples right there. And you can combine those meals and eat whatever you want. All right. So that's just one example. Here's an example of a schedule. So we've got all the 3 meals right here. And let's say I'm going to eat meal 1 at 10 a.m., meal 2 at 1 p.m., and meal 3 at 7 p.m. I think I wrote the next one 8 p.m. But let's say around 8 p.m. Next, we need to talk about the snacks. The way we're going to integrate them is important right here. So here's an example of how you can integrate the snacks. So as you can see here, we've got the 3 meals, and here we added the snacks. So the snack number 1, we're going to have at 8 a.m. That's because we cannot eat the main meal at 8 a.m. Or at least for me, if you can, then you can schedule however you want, but at least have this structure. So snack number 1 at 8 a.m. I'm going to go over what you can eat for snacks in the next slides. Then meal number 1, meal number 2, and then snack 2 at roughly 5 p.m. and then last meal at 8 p.m., meal number 3. This is one way to add the snacks, but you can also have the main meals in place, then eat the snacks whenever you want in the day. I'm going to go in detail in the next slide. So what should you eat for snacks? You want snacks that you do not need to cook, you do not need to store in a fridge or somewhere, or to meal prep. So here are some examples for you. High calorie, all healthy options. 200 grams of any kind of nuts. I think the macadamia nuts are the most caloric dense, but they're also the most expensive one. I think so. So then you can take a look at your budget and you decide. But generally, 200 grams of any nuts is going to be about 1,200 calories. at least 1000 calories. That's going to be it. Then we can also take a look at 4 bananas. One banana is roughly 100 calories. So if you eat 4 of them, it's going to be 400 calories. You can eat 2 of them in the morning, 2 of them before workout, and that's it. 400 calories on top of what you already eat. 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, you can add this into your shake, into oatmeals, whatever you want. It's about 280 calories, and 3 scoops of protein, about 350 calories. So this is not actually a lot of calories, but it's going to add up. So you can take 1 scoop in the morning, a few, let's say 100 something calories, then 1 scoop at lunch and 1 scoop after workout. And in that day is going to add up to about 300, 400 calories. So you can see how we can integrate small things, but at the end of the day, we have a bunch of calories stacked. How to use the snacks? You can get a few packs of any nuts, like I said here. A pack can be like, you can find them 50 grams or 100 grams. I would recommend 100 grams because it's easier for you to calculate calories. So let's say you get a few packs of any nuts of 100 calories, of 100 grams a pack, and eat 1 per day, 1 pack per day. And that's going to add up about 600 calories on top of your meals. You can keep it with you all day and just eat some of the nuts frequently. You can keep it in your backpack or something, and just throughout the day, you just eat those. And make sure at the end of the day, you finish that pack. Or if you want a more structure, if it's 100 grams of them, you can split it into 20 grams 5 times a day to make it easier for you. Then you can also eat 2 bananas, like I said, 2 in the morning and 2 before workout. You've got plenty of energy in the morning and plenty of energy for your workout. Only doing those 2 things. So let's say you get a pack of 100 grams of nuts. You eat that in a day, throughout the day, and 4 bananas. You already have 800 to 1000 calories on top of the main meals. So if your main meals, let's say 3 main meals per day is going to add up to, let's say it's 500 calories each, although it's going to be more. It's going to be, all of them is going to be 1500 calories. And if you eat another 1000, it's going to be 2500. Boom, right there. 3 meals, you get 3 main meals, then you eat 4 bananas, 2 in the morning, 2 before workout, and you snack out 1 pack of nuts per day. And you get to 2,500 calories. Although it's going to be more because, let's say, in your main meals, you're going to also add some healthy fats, some sauces, something. It's going to add up very quickly. Additional stuff. The time when you train is important. And you need to decide it from the beginning. Why? You need to have a lot of carbs before the workout. And you need to have a lot of protein and carbs after the workout. So if you know that, then you can schedule... you can have a better schedule right here. If you know you're going to train at, let's say, 6 p.m., then you have snack number 2 at 5 p.m. You know, okay, I'm going to eat 2 bananas. I need carbs and some protein, right? So if you know that, you can have a better schedule. Some questions. How can I increase my appetite? This is a common problem for beginners. Not for beginners, for skinny men. So I would say find the food that you can eat every single day for the rest of your life. You cannot get bored of it, and just add that into your plan. To that, you can additionally add some healthy fats if you can. For me, it's pasta, and I can add a bunch of olive oil and I get a bunch of calories there. But for you, it may be different. Eat foods that you really want to eat. That's the main point. If you have a low appetite, just don't force yourself to eat foods that you do not like, because you're not going to be able to sustain that. Eat foods that you really want to eat, that you look forward to. Also, if you need some junk food, just eat it. All right. If you need some Ben and Jerry's or something, just eat it at the end of the day if you really want and need. How much should you gain? Track your weight, and I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can track your weight. So you're going to, every single morning, use the bathroom and hop on the scale. You don't drink, you don't eat. Write down the number 7 days out of 7. You do not look from day after day changes, because it can be something else, not fat loss or fat gain. It can be water retention, for example. So at the end of the week, you have 7 numbers. You're going to put them in numerical order. And if you have 7 numbers, you can cut the first 3 and the last 3. And then you're going to have the median number, the number in the middle. You do that every single week. You do not skip a day. And then you're going to only compare the median number from one week to another. And what you're looking for is to gain half a pound from 1 week to another at max. If you gain 1 pound from week to week, from 1 week to another, maybe eat a little bit less, because it's gonna make it for you. It's gonna make it hard for you in the long run to lose that fat afterwards. So that would be my advice for you right there on how to eat more. If this helped, you will love the full 6 phases system. It's the link in the description. You can find in the description 2 links. The first link is basically all the meal plans and all the training that I used. You can get it there. It's very affordable and it builds your body for skinny men. This is only for skinny men, by the way. And then if you need more help, if you want to work with me personally, then you have the second link in the description and you have all the information right there. Check it out.